Betty, I'm Sarah. Today I'm going to make a recipe that maybe some of you have heard of, maybe you haven't. It's something that's been handed down through the generations in my family, and we love it. It's something not a lot of people have heard of, like I said, but I kind of did some research to see how this recipe evolved. And so what I found was that it was made by someone, created it in the Depression era, because there wasn't a lot of things to go around then. And they pretty much made this out of some staples that they already had in their house. So it's called potato candy. It also apparently originated in the Appalachian area, which some of my family is from Eastern Kentucky, so maybe that's how it got passed down to us. But like I said, we love it. We make it a lot during Christmas time with different Christmas candies and things like that. So easy and inexpensive to make. It's fairly simple to make. I guess the most complicated part is trying to get the dough consistency right, if you want to call it a dough, which you'll see what I mean here shortly. But there are 4 basic ingredients. So we have a potato, just a small potato. It doesn't have to be large. And we're going to boil this in just a minute. Some peanut butter, creamy, and I have a 2-pound bag of powdered sugar. That's basically, if you find variations of the recipe, this is the most common. I do add just a little bit of vanilla extract when I'm making the dough. I think it makes it taste a little bit better. So some people add a pinch of salt. I kind of omit that, but it's pretty simple. Those are the 4 ingredients, and it does come in handy if you have some wax paper when you try to roll this up, because it's going to be kind of like a log that will slice into like little pinwheels. So let's get started. So as you can see, I've gone ahead and put my potato in a saucepan, covered it with water, and we're just going to let that boil until it is fork tender, because we will need to have this pretty soft when we are making the dough. So go ahead and get that boiled and let that cool, and then we'll start on the dough. Alright, so our potato finally done, and it's cold, so we're gonna go ahead and peel the skin off so we can get started on the dough for the potato candy. Alright, so I'm just gonna put the potato peeling in this bowl, just easier to throw it away. So go ahead and get this off. I let it cool mostly. It's just warm to the touch, which is fine. Yeah, just go ahead and make sure you get as much of the skin taken off as you possibly can. And not that it would affect the taste too much, but it doesn't. The dough won't look as pretty, I guess, if there's some dark brown spots in it. So yeah, it's better if you can get it all off of there. And it's doubtful that we'll end up using this whole potato anyways. It's just little pieces. And the key, is it broken in half? The key to getting the dough the right consistency is to add this potato in small amounts at a time. If you add it too quickly, the dough will get too runny. So yeah, I mean, like I said, the trickiest part about this recipe is trying to get the dough into the right consistency. But now that I've got this peeled, let's go ahead and we'll get our mixer ready to make the dough. I've also gone ahead and I've broken up this potato with a fork a little bit. Mash it up, just make sure that there's no pieces of the skin left in there, and there's no hard chunks, because we don't want a hard chunk of the potato in our dough if we can avoid it. So that's looking pretty good. Now we'll get the powdered sugar. All right, so I did cut open my bag of powdered sugar. Now this is where everything gets messy and a little more difficult. There's no measurement, no set amount of powdered sugar or potato that we use for that matter. So, and being in the stand mixer, you know how it is when you put a lot of powdered sugar in there and it's gonna go everywhere. So we don't want that. So we're gonna start out with small amounts. I'm just pouring a little bit in there. About half a cup. And then I'm just going to drop a little bit of the potato in there with it. You know, I would say at the most, at this point, was a tablespoon. So I'm going to go ahead, mix that around on low speed. We don't want powdered sugar going everywhere. And see what happens here. So far, so good. It's staying contained. Yeah, it seems a little chunky in there, and it's going to take a little bit of adding, you know, going back and forth between the powdered sugar and the potato to get it to the right consistency. Again, this is the toughest part, and it is a slow process. You know, just keep adding it, alternating between powdered sugar and potato. Once I get it somewhat to the correct consistency, I'm going to add the vanilla extract. But the key is just moving slow and not adding too much potato too quickly, or it will get too runny. Add a little more, and we'll mix that up. As you can see right now, it's looking a little crumbly. That's okay, because you know, we don't want it runny. But the key to this dough, if you want to call it that, is that we need something that isn't too sticky, but will also hold together so that we can roll it out with a rolling pin. So that's the ultimate goal here. So at this point, I've added probably 3 tablespoons of the potato to probably 2 to 3 cups of powdered sugar. It's getting there as far as the consistency. And if you want to make more candy, the more powdered sugar and potato that you keep adding, the more dough you will have. So I'm just trying to make a little teeny bit today. So let's give it a check. So this is getting pretty close to the right consistency when I can pick it up and it's not sticking to my fingers, but yet it will form a ball and stay like that. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So I think I'm just going to take this little bit here and we'll go ahead and get this rolled out. Actually, before we roll this out, I do want to add half of a teaspoon of the vanilla extract and get that mixed in. Now again, I'm just making a tiny little amount today, so if you're wanting to make a bigger portion, then I would use a full teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And trust me, this around my house, it goes quickly, so you can never make too much, in my opinion. All right, so after I added the vanilla, mixed it up just a little bit more, and this is, yeah, my finished product here. So yes, I'm making a small amount today, but we'll go ahead and we're going to get an area on our counter prepped up with some wax paper or parchment, whatever, so you don't make a mess. And then we'll put down some more powdered sugar before we roll this out. I went ahead and I laid out some wax paper on my counter. Now on top of that, I'm going to add just a little bit of powdered sugar so that the dough, when we roll it, doesn't stick to the paper. Move that around a bit. All right, and then I'm going to grab my rolling pin. We'll coat this in a little bit of that sugar before we start rolling it. All right, grab that rolling pin. Also want to add a little bit of powdered sugar to your rolling pin. All right, right, let's start rolling this out. Now, the thickness of it as you roll should be pretty thin, but not thin enough to where we want it to, you know, break up when we roll it. So that is actually looking pretty good. You can see the thickness there. I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch. Nothing has to be consistent either. I mean, of course, mine doesn't look like a perfect circle or anything like that, but we are going to be rolling it into a log. So I'll go ahead and move some of this powdered sugar away from it a little bit. So now that we have this portion, what we do from here is to cover this in our peanut butter. And again, it's no certain amount. I don't measure anything except the vanilla extract in this recipe. So I'm going to, I don't want it too thick. I just kind of put a thin layer on there, which I'll show you. Alright, so we're just going to spread it out. Cover as much of the dough as you can. So this is how we're looking right now. Again, not too much peanut butter, but I don't want to be able to see through the peanut butter to the dough. Then that's a little too thin. Yeah, it gets a little bit messy here with all the powdered sugar hanging around. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I've got the dough all covered with peanut butter. Looks like a good amount. I'm going to try to shake some of the powdered sugar off of this wax paper before we roll this up. Alright, so I got rid of as much of that excess powdered sugar as I could. So what I'm going to do, I want to roll it the shortest part of the dough to the other shortest part of the dough. And for me, it's easier to roll it with the waxed paper. Let me get this out of the way. So I just kind of roll it that way and keep peeling back on the wax paper as I roll. So as you can see, we're making just a little mini log today. It's sticking just a bit to the wax paper, but that's okay. I'm going to coat it with a little bit more powdered sugar once we roll it. So there we go. We have our log. So let me coat it with just a little bit more powdered sugar. Rub it in a little on both sides. All right, so now from here we'll slice it. And for it to firm up, it will need to sit in the refrigerator for about an hour afterwards. So let me go ahead and get a platter and then we'll start slicing. Alright, so I let the hour pass and I've unwrapped my potato candy. Looks delicious. If you'd like to try an old-fashioned recipe from back in the Depression era, then this is definitely a great one to try. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you've made it or if you've even heard of it before. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you next time.